Hello and welcome to a new video. Today's topic is called Battle of the BL Industries, where I basically just rank the four biggest BL industry competitors into different categories. And this is just my personal opinion, so please leave your thoughts in the comments whether you agree with my ranking or you don't. I wasn't sure on how to go about this. I thought, should I maybe make like a tier ranking video, or should I do it in a different way, like with numbers, like 1 out of 10 or something like that. But at the end of the day, I decided to be a bit more creative, or maybe, I don't know, it actually looks like a 5-year-old could do that, but still, I decided to make a pages document and I'll show you the ranks in a second. So these are my ranks, if you want to call them like that. I have acting, storyline, production, popularity, resources, and also at the end of the document there is toxicity. And basically I just want to rank the different BL industries on those graphs, going from good, decent to meh. I hope you can read my writing, by the way. I have good, decent, and meh for acting, storyline, and production. Yes, as you can see here, acting, storyline, production, good, decent, meh. Then I have popularity, going from popular, like if this industry is very popular, or if it's not very popular. Then we have resources, going from money to no money, so whether the production companies have a lot of money. And then toxicity, toxic hell, certain fans, and to it's still okay. And then I have these little cutouts of very famous BLs that are supposed to represent the different industries. So we have Thai BL, obviously. Then we have Korean BL. We have also Japanese BL. And we have Taiwanese BL. Of course, I know there are many other industries, but I wanted to keep it more simple for this video. And these are also the ones where I have mostly seen BLs from. Like, I haven't seen many other BLs. Let's start with the first category, acting. So, to be completely honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the acting in Thai BLs. I just don't really like this overacting and the overreactions that we oftentimes see in Thai BL. Of course, it's not every Thai BL, like I know that, but it's a vast majority of them, and I'm just not a fan of that. I know a lot of people who like that, and it's totally fine if you like that, but it's just a type of acting that I don't necessarily like. However, on the other hand, Thai BL also has some of my favorite shows, like I Told Sunset About You and I Promise You the Moon, and most recently Moonlight Chicken, which has incredible acting. And if it would all be like that, I would definitely rank Thai BL a lot higher than I'm ranking it right now. So yes, as you can see here, I will put Thai BL in like the decent kind of category because there are a lot of shows where I like the acting, but I'm not a fan of the overacting. Even though I've been pretty frustrated with what Korean BL has come out at the beginning of this year and the end of last year, and I was about to take everything away I said in my unpopular opinions video, our dating sim and most recently The Eighth Sense really showed me again how good Korean BL can be. And I think I really like the acting in most Korean BLs because it feels so natural, it feels really good. Yes, there's also some bad acting, but even in the bad dramas, I feel like the acting just it's something I prefer more over the overacting that we see in a lot of Thai BLs. Which is why I am placing Korean BL in the good acting category. So I really didn't know where to place Japanese BLs because on the one hand it also does this overacting that we see in Thai BL. However, it's usually just one character who does this, or it's a whole show that surrounds a really weird concept like a man that defines the world of BL. So I think usually it's more pleasant to watch the acting in Japanese BL. On the other hand, there aren't many shows where I think the acting really stood out to me or I loved the characters. I think because there are just not many shows where the acting stood out for me, while with Thai BLs there have been a lot of shows where the acting was absolutely incredible. I'm gonna put it behind Thai BL, even though, like I said, like none of the acting is really really bad. Thai shows where the acting stood out to me more than from Japanese shows. While creating this video, I couldn't really think of an example of bad acting in a Taiwanese BL. I also haven't seen that many Taiwanese BLs, so it might be because of that. But still, I find that most of the acting is very pleasant to watch, and while there are a few well, no, I can't really think about it, but I do think there are some very good examples of like good acting. None of it has really stood out to me yet, but I think I'm gonna place it right behind Korean BL. The next point I'm gonna rank is storyline. So at first I had wanted to divide this into more parts because it's hard to say, okay, this BL, like these BLs do good storylines and these BLs don't, because at the end of the day it's all your taste whether you like a story or you don't like the story. But I thought, okay, I'm just gonna rank the innovation of storylines and how, if we see new things or we don't see new things. And the problem that I have with Thai BL that I've often said it's that I'm kind of tired of the repetition of storylines we see in Thai BLs on and on again. And I had said this in my unpopular opinion videos that I don't want to see another university or high school BL. However, then this year we got My School President, which is a high school BL. Well, it's BL themed around high school, and it was still so amazing, and I really loved it. And I think part of the reason for that was how they executed the storyline. Even though it was a simple storyline, it was still very well executed. So even though I criticized Thai BL for using the same storylines and tropes again and again, we can see some good examples of this execution. So I think I'm gonna rank Thai BL storylines in decent, even though I think some are really, really good. However, because there are so many bad ones and so many repetitions, it kind of just yeah, creates this middle ground, I guess. I have a similar problem with Japanese BLs that I have with Thai BLs. There just isn't much innovation in the storylines. It's all almost all high school themed or college themed, and but I will say Japanese BLs can be quite crazy. Like I've seen some very crazy shows coming from Japan. So yeah, even though there isn't much innovation, there's still this bit of craziness, I guess, but I'm still gonna put it behind Thai BL simply because there are storylines in Thai BL that I much more prefer. Now, with Taiwanese BLs, I do think that they vary much more in their storylines than Thai BLs and Japanese BLs. I think just from my ranking video, which you can find on my channel, by the way, the amount of different Taiwanese BLs I ranked there and the variation in their storylines is already incredible. Like, yes, they don't produce as much as Thailand, maybe, but still they're much more varied. And I like often that their actors are much like aren't just teenagers, basically. Or I mean that they aren't just portraying teenagers, but usually older adults that are falling in love. So yes, I'm gonna place it around, so like a little bit in front of Thai BL, simply because I think they have more variation. The thing with Korean BLs is that I personally think they oftentimes follow trends. So if one thing works for one BL, they're gonna do it like 2 or 3 times more. So, for example, they've been obsessed for a while with cooking BLs. Then they've been obsessed with high school BLs. Then they've been obsessed with time travel BLs. I think the trend now is like company types of BLs, like workspace BLs, which is also a trend in Thai BL right now. The thing is, even though they seem to follow trends, I feel like we got some very, very unique storylines out of Korean BL. So, personally, I would put it in front of Thai BL just because the uniqueness stands out to me much more than it does from the few Thai BLs which I really, really love. I mean, there are a lot of Thai BLs that I really like. However, I think there are only a couple of them which really stand out with their storyline to me. The next thing I'm gonna rank is the production or the production value that we see in these different industries. And what I mean by that is, well, everything concerning the production, how much effort is put into that, how many different things we can see from the production companies, how much money is also put into that, and whether it just looks well produced or not. And I think Thai BL is obviously in front of the game at this one because I think they have the most experience, the most money, and they have the biggest production companies. Like that's not even a question at this point. Thai BL has some of the best produced BLs, and even the ones that aren't very good are still on top of their game and are still mostly a lot better produced than those from the other industries. So yes, I'm just gonna put it in good, like there's no other place for this. Now, this pains me a bit to say, but honestly speaking, Korean BLs have some of the worst production. And there are some exceptions to this, of course, like To My Star 1 and 2. However, most Korean production companies behind those BLs don't really have the money for like quality production and to get good editors and good producers and good directors. So yes, most of them fall very flat, unfortunately, but I hope that they will get the money someday. Japanese BLs are usually very well produced. I don't really have anything to complain there. I don't think they're on the same level as Thai BLs, but I think I still rank them very high. I would actually argue that Japanese and Taiwanese BLs are on a similar production level, so I'm gonna rank them quite similarly. I think it's safe to say the Thai BLs are the most popular BLs out there. I mean, most people first start watching Thai BLs before they see anything else. They have concerts, they have fandoms, they have light sticks. I mean, so yes, it's the most popular BL industry out there and the one with the most fans. And yes, Thai BL is what most people watch or know about when they hear of BL. I would argue that even though some Korean BLs have found their global success, like the ones I have mentioned, and also very recently The Eighth Sense, like it's finding its success, which is very nice. However, most Korean BL still don't have the same popularity that we see in Thai BL. I mean, if you compare the numbers from, let's say, Love by Chance or any Thai BL, they're still not as popular as Thai BLs, I would say. Like with my point on production, I would again say that Japanese BLs and Taiwanese BLs have quite a similar popularity. Like there are some BLs that stand out, but most of them don't really stand out compared to Thai BL. I would still put Japanese BLs a bit in front of Taiwanese BLs because I feel like the hype around them that surrounds them lasts a bit longer. I think what I mean by resources is probably pretty self explanatory, and I think it's also pretty obvious why Thai BL should be very much in front because I mean, they get all the sponsorships, they have huge production companies. Most of these BLs, like when they come from big companies like GMMTV or Wabi Sabi, they have a lot of money to produce these BLs. They have the most resources, and I mean, you do see how many sponsorships there are in Thai BLs. And of course, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think it's actually a good thing, and I would love if the other industries could get those resources as well. However, yeah, Korean BL really has no money, so to speak. I'm not completely sure how the situation is for Japanese BLs. However, I do feel like they have more resources simply because of the quality of the show and because they've been in the BL game for quite a while now. And I mean, the BL genre as a manga came from Japan. So I feel like their resources for producing shows is higher than maybe for Korean BLs. Similar with Taiwanese BLs, they also have more resources, I would say. However, they don't have as many sponsorships as Thai BL has. Let's get on to the next point, toxicity. So, what I mean by that is not necessarily the toxicity inside of shows that would be more belonging to storyline, but it's something that I'm not going to rank today. It's actually the toxicity surrounding these industries. So, fans, companies, and everything that has to do with this BL industry. And I think it's safe to say here that Thai BL probably has the most toxic industry, not just speaking from a side of the company. We don't know what's going on there, but I think there's a lot of shady things going on there, but also regarding the fans and the toxic fan culture that we see in Thai BL. Of course, this has also to do with how big the Thai BL fandom is. I mean, the bigger a fandom is, the more toxicity you might encounter, but still, it doesn't. Well, it's not an excuse for this toxicity, and I think like we don't have even a few weeks passing by without a new scandal, without anyone wanting to cancel an actor, and this has really turned into the new K-pop industry, I fear, and also because there are a lot of similarities, I would say. But yes, I don't want to go on. I don't want to talk about the toxicity today, but still bear this in mind. Why I decided to put Thai BL into toxic hell. I think compared to Thai BL, the other industries are less toxic. They still have their toxicity. There's a lot of shipping going on. Unfortunately, there's no exception to this. However, I would say there are less scandals and less problems in general. However, their fandoms are also considerably smaller than from Thai BL. So yes, that's basically my ranking. Tell me in the comments whether you agree or you disagree. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, but I don't have a problem with that. This is just my personal opinion. It's nothing that's made in stone or written in stone or whatever. I also have some honorable mentions of like other BL industries that I feel I should maybe talk about. One is the Filipino BL industry, for example, Game Boss, but also like the Filipino GL industry. Well, it's not really an industry, but if you've seen Sleep with Me, it's so good. And I actually have a review on that I never uploaded. If you would like to see it, tell me so in the comments. Another honorable mention are probably Chinese BLs. To be honest, I've only seen one Chinese BL, which is why I didn't include it in this video. And because of censorship, you can't really say that it's an industry. However, I know that a lot of people still really like Chinese BLs, even with the censorship. And yeah, which is why I included it in my honorable mentions. The next honorable mention is Vietnamese BLs. To be honest, the ones I have seen until now weren't really to my liking. Yeah, I didn't like them. But still, I wanted to include them in my honorable mentions because some people might want to check them out. So, yes, thank you for watching my video, and please leave your thoughts in the comments. I would love to read what you think about all this. And yes, have a nice day and see you next time. Bye!